Hello students, I am Lalita S. Humraskar, Economics teacher, BYK College of Commerce welcomes you in online expert lecture series organized by BYK College of Commerce for class 12. Today I am going to discuss with you important concepts related to your syllabus. Here I am going to cover chapter number 6, that is index numbers, and chapter number 7, that is national income. Here I am selected calculation part of index number. Let us see. First part is here, how to calculate price index number. Let us see how to calculate price index number with the help of example. Here three columns are given. In first column commodities are given A, B, C, D. Four commodities are given. In second column prices in the year 2010 are given, which is denoted by P0. And in third column prices in the current year, that is in the year 2015 are given, which is denoted by P1, and prices in the base year, that is in the year 2010 are given. They are 6, 16, 24, 4, and prices in the current year, that is in the year 2015 are given, and they are 8, 18, 28 and 6. What is our first step? We have to find out sigma P0. What is sigma P0? Summation of all prices in the base year. So 6 plus 16 plus 24 plus 4, we get 50. So sigma P0 is equal to 50. Now our next step is find out sigma P1. What is sigma P1? Summation of all prices in the current year, and they are 8 plus 18 plus 28 plus 6, that is equal to 60. So sigma P1 is equal to 60. Now apply the formula price index number, that is P01 is equal to sigma P1 divided by sigma P0 into 100. Okay, what is sigma P1? That is 60 divided by sigma P0, that is 50. 60 upon 50 into 100 divided by 120. So P01 is equal to 120. So price index number for the year 2015 is 120. Now let us see the calculation of quantity index number. Here example is given. In first column commodities are given. Total 5 commodities are given. Commodity P, Q, R, S, T. In second column base year quantities are given, and in third column current year quantities are given. Okay, base year quantities are 170, 150, 100, 195, 205. So what is our first step? We have to find out sigma Q0. Okay, what is sigma Q0? Summation of all quantities in the base year. So 170 plus 150 plus 100 plus 195 plus 205, that is equal to 820. So sigma Q0 is equal to 820. Okay, our next step is we have to find out sigma Q1. What is sigma Q1? Summation of all quantities in the current year, that is 90 plus 70 plus 75 plus 150 plus 95. So sigma Q1 is equal to 480. Now apply the formula of quantity index number. Q01 is equal to sigma Q1 divided by sigma Q0 into 100. What is sigma Q1 here? 480 upon sigma Q0, 820 into 100. So our answer is Q01 is equal to 58.53. So quantity index number for current year is 58.53. Now let us see how to calculate value index number. Here example is given. In first column commodities are given A, B, C, D and E. In second column base year prices and quantities are given, which are denoted by P0 and Q0. And in third column current year prices and quantities are given, which are denoted by P1 and Q1. Okay, base year prices are given here 40, 10, 50, 20, 30, and base year quantities are given 15, 12, 10, 14, 13. Current year prices here given 70, 60, 90, 100, 40, and current year quantities are given here 20, 22, 18, 16 and 15. Now let us see how to solve this problem. Okay, so we have to add additional 2 columns here. In second column, that is in base year, we have to add at the end P0 Q0, and current year column at the end we have to add P1 Q1. Okay, now let us see how to find out P0 Q0, that is P0 multiplied by Q0. So 40 into 15, 600 10 into 12, 120, 50 into 10, 500, 20 into 14, 280, and 30 into 13, 390. After that, we have to find out sigma P0 Q0, that is summation of P0 Q0. So 600, 120, 500, 280 plus 390, we get 1890. So sigma P0 Q0 is equal to 1890. After that, we have to find out P1 Q1, that is P1 multiplied by Q1. So 70 into 20, 1400, 60 into 22, 1320, 90 into 18, 1620, 100 into 16, 1600, and 40 into 15, 600. After that, we have to find out sigma P1 Q1, that is summation of P1 Q1. So 1400 plus 1320 plus 1620 plus 1600 plus 600, we get 6540. So sigma P1 Q1 is equal to 6540. Now apply the formula of value index number, that is V01 is equal to sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q0 into 100. What is sigma P1 Q1? That is 6540 divided by sigma P0 Q0 is 1890 into 100, we get 346.03. So value index number for current year is 346.03. Now let us see how to calculate last best price index number. Which formula we have to apply while calculating last best price index number, and here formula is P01 is equal to sigma P1 Q0 divided by sigma P0 Q0 into 100. Now let us see how to calculate last best price index number with the help of example. Here three columns are given. In first column commodities are given A, B, C, D. In second column base year prices and quantities are given. In third column current year prices and quantities are given. Now let us see how to find out last best price index number. So here we have to add two additional columns, and they are P0 Q0 and P1 Q0. Okay, so P0 Q0 means P0 multiplied by Q0. Okay, it means prices in base year multiplied by quantities in the base year. Okay, so 2 into 8, how much? 16. 5 into 10 is equal to 50. 4 into 14, 56, and 2 into 19, 38. After that, we have to find out sigma P0 Q0. That is summation of all P0 Q0, we get sigma P0 Q0. So 16 plus 50 plus 56 plus 38 is equal to 160. So sigma P0 Q0 is equal to 160. After that, we have to find out P1 Q0, that is P1 multiplied by Q0. It means we have to multiply prices in the current year, that is by, and quantities in the base year. So P1 multiplied by Q0. So what is a P1 here? 4, and Q0 is here 8. So 4 into 8, how much? 32. 6 into 10, how much? 60. 5 into 14, how much? 70. 2 into 19, it's a 38. Okay, after that we have to find out sigma P1 Q0. Sigma P1 Q0 means summation of all P1 Q0. So 32 plus 60 plus 70 plus 38, that is equal to 200. Okay, so sigma P1 Q0 is equal to 200. Now apply the formula of last best price index number, that is P01 is equal to sigma P1 Q0 divided by sigma P0 Q0 into 100. What is sigma P1 Q0 is here 200 divided by sigma P0 Q0, that is 160. So 200 upon 160 into 100, we get 125. So last best price index number is equal to 125. Now let us see how to calculate purchase price index number. What is formula for the calculation of purchase price index number? And the formula is P01 is equal to sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q1 into 100. Now let us see how to calculate purchase price index number. Here example is given. In first column commodity A, B, C, D are given. In second column base year prices and quantities are given, and in third column current year prices and quantities are given. Let us see the solution to calculate purchase price index number. At the end we added two additional columns and they are P1 Q1 and last one is P0 Q1. Okay. Now what is our first step now? We have to find out P1 Q1, that is P1 multiplied by Q1. It means prices in the current year multiplied by quantities in the current year. Okay, so 4 into 7 how much? 28. 6 into 4 how much? 24. 5 into 10 how much? 50. 2 into 13 how much? 26. After that we have to find out sigma P1 Q1. Okay, that is summation of all P1 Q1. So 28 plus 24 plus 50 plus 26, that is equal to 128. After that we have to find out P0 multiplied by Q1. It means we have to multiply prices in the base year multiplied by quantities in the current year. Okay, prices in the base year means 2 and quantities in the current year means 7. So 2 into 7 14. Okay, 5 into 4 20. 4 into 10 40 and 2 into 13 26. After that we have to find out sigma P0 Q1. What is sigma P0 Q1 here? Summation of all P0 Q1. So 14 plus 20 plus 40 plus 26, we get here 100. So sigma P0 Q1 is equal to 100. Now apply the formula of purchase price index number, that is P01 is equal to sigma P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q1 into 100, that is 128 upon 100 into 100. 100 get cancelled, and what is final answer of purchase price index number? That is 128. So purchase price index number is 128. Now let us see the next chapter number 7, that is national income. We have to know some basic things about national income. National income is one of the important subject matter of macroeconomics. In macroeconomics, major task is national income. Number 2, in India, establishment of National Income Committee, that is NIC, in 1949 marked the beginning of the government efforts for regular compilation of national income estimates. Okay, but at present Central Statistical Organization, that is CSO, compiles and publishes data on national income and allied aggregates every year. Now let us see the definitions of national income. All of you know what is national income: whatever produced by the residents of the country and non-residents of the country for one financial year, that is known as national income. Or in other words, you can say like this: national income means aggregate monetary value of all final goods and services produced in the country plus net income from abroad for one financial year, that is national income. Now let us see the first definition of national income given by National Income Committee. A national estimate measures the volume of commodities and services turned out during a given period, counted without duplication. Without duplication means without double counting. So that is a national income as per National Income Committee. Now let us see the second definition of national income. National dividend is that part of objective income of the community, including of course income derived from abroad, which can be measured in money. So here national income means that part of money. Here we consider income from abroad, okay, as per the Professor A.C. Pigu's definition. Now let us see the next definition of national income given by Professor Irving Fisher. National dividend or income consists solely of services as received by ultimate consumers, whether from their material or from their human environments. That is a national income. Now let us see what kind of question is possible in the exam. This is a essay type question, 8 marks question. Let us see the question. What is national income? Explain theoretical difficulties in the calculation of national income. First point is, what point should come in your answer? First point is introduction. Number 2, definitions of national income. And number 3, you have to explain all theoretical difficulties in detail. Okay, and they are transfer payment, illegal income, unpaid services, production for self-consumption, income of foreign firms, valuation of government services, changing price level. Let us see the next question, that is a essay type question for 8 marks. Okay, what is national income and explain practical difficulties in the calculation of national income. Your first point is always introduction, number 2 definitions of national income, and number 3 you have to explain all practical difficulties in detail, and they are problem of double counting, existence of non-monetized sector, inadequate and unreliable data, depreciation, capital gains or losses, illiteracy and ignorance, difficulties in the classification of working population, and valuation of inventories. Next question is, this is also essay type question for 8 marks. What is national income and explain difficulties in the calculation of national income. Here they not specified what kind of difficulties. So you have to explain all difficulties. Let us see what point should come in your answer. Number 1 is introduction. Number 2, definitions of national income. And number 3, explanation of any 4 theoretical difficulties and explanation of any 4 practical difficulties. Okay. Now let us see the next topic, methods in the measurement of national income. There are 3 methods of measuring national income. Number 1, output method, that is also known as product method. Number 2, income method, and number 3, expenditure method. Okay, let us see output method, or that is also known as product method, that is also known as inventory method. Here we use 2 approaches to calculate national income through output method. Number 1 is final goods approach, and number 2 is a value added approach. Second method to calculate national income is here income method. Income method is also known as factor cost method, and we use this formula to calculate national income. National income is equal to rent plus wages plus interest plus profit plus mixed income plus net income from abroad. Okay, what is a mixed income? Mixed income refers to the income of self-employed person who use their own land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship to produce various goods and services. That is known as a mixed income. Okay, so here this formula we use to calculate national income through income method, that is NI is equal to R plus W plus I plus P plus MI, that is mixed income, plus X minus M, that is a net income from abroad. Now let us see the next method in the calculation of national income, and that is expenditure method. Expenditure method is also known as outlay method. So here we use formula to calculate national income through expenditure method, that is national income is equal to C plus I plus G plus in first bracket X minus M plus in second bracket R minus P. Okay, C stands here consumption expenditure, I stands for here investment expenditure, and G stands here government expenditure. X stands for export, M stands for import, and R stands for receipts, and P stands for payment. That is combinedly known as what? Net income from abroad. So out of this method, the output method and income method are extensively used. In advanced countries like USA and UK, the income method is very popular. Expenditure method is rarely used by any country because of practical difficulties. In India, the Central Statistical Organization, that is CSO, adopts a combination of both output method and income method to estimate national income of India. Now let us see what kind of question is possible related to methods of calculating national income. Explain any 2 methods of calculating national income. Yes, what point should come in your answer? Number 1 is introduction, number 2 definitions of national income, and number 3 you have to choose any 2 methods and explain them in detail. Let us see the next question, that is a essay type question for 8 marks. Let us see the question and what point should come in your answer. Explain output method of calculating national income with the help of final good approach and value added approach, and what are precautions to be taken while estimating national income through output method. Let us see the answer. What point should come in your answer? Number 1, introduction point. Okay, in introduction point you have to write basic things about national income. After that you have to write the definition of national income. Number 2, explanation of output method through final good approach and value added approach. So both approaches you have to explain in detail. And number 3, explanation of precautions, okay, in detail. Now let us see some important instruction while writing your paper. First important instruction is study the whole syllabus. All things are important. All chapters are equally important for you. Number 2, read textbook carefully and solve text-based question. Number 3, do not keep any chapter or topic as option. Number 4, practice all types of question asked in the board exam. Number 5, read question carefully before writing the answer in the exam. Next one, draw schedules or diagrams wherever necessary. Number 7, do not directly start answer for short answer question and long answer question. Write introduction for the answers. Number 8, in distinguish between meaning carries separate 1 mark. Number 9, solve model question paper and show to your subject teacher. Number 10, students should know the board paper format. And very important instruction is here. In description box I given video links of the chapter in detail, where I covered whole content of chapter number 6, that is index number. And finally student, all the best to you for your exam. And finally, thank you for listening my video lecture.